Okay, I'm going to try one more late night go of this here before going to sleep because, frankly, I don't think I'll be able to get to sleep as well if I don't just get this out of my system. So, one thing I'm really curious about now, I've cut out all the teams. I have the worst team from the 2010 NHL season, the Edmonton Oilers, only 63 points or 62 rather points that season, up against the first overall team in the Washington Capitals. They finished with a record of 54, 15, and 13 and 121 points. I've worked out all the pregame numbers. And I'm going to start this. I'm going to, I guess, do like a best of seven here. Edmonton and Washington. And yeah, you can see here Edmonton's away offense. It's Washington's home defense. Washington home offense, Edmonton away defense. And similarly here, when the game is in Edmonton, it's going to be a little closer, a little more even, but Washington will still have an advantage. One thing and one big reason for doing this follow-up video actually is there's something that I did look at a little too quickly. I had a funny feeling that it was too easy to be true. But it is still quite a simple game in a good way. And I'm going to try this out on camera. If I roll a green 6, I do have to actually look. I was saying before that if it's a green 3 to 6, you don't really have to look at it. While I think it is correct that the 666 does have to come from the random number, what is referred to as the random number here, that would be the green plus black plus white in that order. I think that, yeah, for the 611 to 665, again, this would have to be the three numbers here, and it's possible that there's a turnover, and there are different stipulations for the turnover. So I'm going to keep this close by, and I'm going to try this here again. And yeah, it's late here. It's not early. So anyway, it's going to be back with the timer and 3 minutes off the clock to get things going, and I see the green 3, so I'm just going to roll again. Okay, this time we're going to have another 3 minutes off the clock now, so we're up to 6, and we also have the 1. So this here would add up to 131. Now look here, that's the 6. Washington, the home team. Washington gets 4 to 6. The home team gets 4 to 6. And what that means is that we have a 1-0 Washington hockey game here, about 6 minutes in. And again, the thing, I don't really want to say testing, because even if Edmonton, does the 2010 Montreal, pulls off the upset or even comes close, it's not really an indication of this game engine not necessarily running or working. It could just be, it's a small sample size. So I just want to try this out anyway. So 1-0 here, Washington, about 6 minutes in. Let's say Alexander Semin from, I don't know, Thomas Fleischman and Brooks like. Anyway, so we're going to stay in the same minute actually, where again, did Washington just get 2 quick goals? It would appear so. So Capitals are up 2-0 here, early. Relatively early. Okay, and with this one, then we're going to get 3 more off the clock again. We're up to minute 9, and again 3, so I'm just going to keep rolling. And 10 here, so now we're looking, whoa, we have a 1. Look at that, and that's another red 6. How many red 6s have I rolled so far? Anyway, a 136, so that's going to be 3-0 score here for Washington, looking to humiliate and embarrass the last place Edmonton Oilers, and we're, 10 minutes into it. Anyway, so with that roll here, we're going to get 2 more off the clock now up to minute 12. And again, that's a 2, but this is a 4. Washington's range stops at 2-3, 235 there, the 4 being the second of, of 3 that I would look at there for the random dice. So we're going to stay in the same minute, and, oh, here we go. Okay, 662. This is a turnover. So what I'm going to do here is I have to look at the white die. And it says the opposing team has a scoring chance in the sequence. Roll green, black, and white dice again. If it's in the scoring range, they score. Otherwise, the new sequence starts. No turnover or a rare event again. So now I have the game chart underneath here. You use this in tandem with the team cards to come up with the team's scoring ranges prior to the games. I have another video up there, but one thing that I criminally neglected in that video was this turnover, and we just witnessed a turnover here about 12 minutes into the first period. And what this means, I'm going to roll these 3, because this is a white 2. If it's a white 1, 2, or 3, it means I'm going to see if the opposing team, how I determine the opposing team, to the best of my estimation here, Washington, home, 4, 5, 6, so that means this is going to be a chance for Edmonton. So I like this. This is a chance for the team that's heavily disfavored to try to sneak or snake their way back into it. So I'm just going to roll these 3. And what do you know? Look at that. With the snake eyes +1 there, with the 111, we have a goal for Edmonton. So we have 4 goals here early, barely, about 12 minutes in. And, yeah, 3-1. I think I'll do a best of 3 because it's kind of late. Anyway, it's going to be 2 more off the clock. Now we're up to minute 14, and look at this. 6:44, so this is going to turn into a video on turnovers. So this time the white die is a 4. it's going to be different. Nothing more happens in the sequence, but the opposing team will for sure have a scoring chance in the next sequence. No need to roll the red die. Again, I got a red 4 because it's late at night here, so I'm kind of rolling softly, carefully. So it's going to be in Edmonton in the next chance. I don't even have to look at the red 4. I'll just corner it, put it over here, and let's see if Edmonton can score. If I can roll 164 or lower with the 3. No. So it's going to be a 253, and with the 6 here, I'm still going to elapsed time. So we're 18 minutes now into the first period. So 2 minutes to go here in the opening frame. We're going to stay in the same one, though, and with the green 3, it just means nothing doing for either team for that matter. Where we're going to take 3 off the clock. So we're now a full minute into the second period of play. You can't really see all of that on camera, but that's okay, hopefully. Anyway, so if I do this, should I slide that over there like that? Should have figured this out beforehand. And okay, there we go. We're good to go. I see the glare. I should just good to go turn the room light on. Okay, I wanted the appropriate late night atmosphere. This is the Too Late Show over here. Okay, so. Oh well. We'll make do. It's 164 for Edmonton. No, that's not working either. Okay, no. You know what? All right, scores 3-1, and we're in the second period. Oh, I have to check these. The green 4, so no, I don't. Okay, we're going to stay in the same minute, I guess, and look at that. 1, 5, 6, and it's a 5, so it's going to be a 4-1 game here for Washington early in period 2. And another minute off the clock, and nothing. Okay, so with this one here, 4 more off the clock. Now we're up to minute 6, and that 3 again signifies nothing. Okay, 2 more off the clock here, and green 4. So I'm just going to keep looking, keep rolling. Stay in the same minute though for no. And another minute off the clock here in green 3. So look no further. Okay, stay in the same minute, and it's 2:64 again, 2:35 or below is what I'm looking for a Washington goal. We're 2 more off the clock now, just over halfway through the game, and the 3 keep going. 2 more off the clock again, and what do we have here? 1, 4, 3, but that's a 1. So Edmonton trying to get back into it here. We have a 4-2 hockey game, just over halfway through it. Okay, look at that. Edmonton back to within 1. Sorry if this is some suspicious dice rolling, but if nothing else, it's making the game a little more interesting. So it's 4-3 now. And 4 more off the clock there. So now we're just up past minute 17, but look at this. Look at this. That's the second time this happened in the game. However, this one will mean that Washington has advanced. They've scored a couple there. So hopefully I haven't ignored any green 6s for this. Okay. So this one here, 2 more off the clock now. We're just headed to the end of the second period with nothing. And this could be a goal, though. 2 more. So third period here, 1 minute into it. And we've got a 1:33 and the 4. So it's going to be a 6-3 hockey game here early in period 3 for the Capitals. And 3 more off the clock now. We're up to minute 4 and 2:25 and 6. So we have 7-3 hockey game here for Washington. Could turn into a blowout before all said and done. 2 more minutes off the clock now, so just up past minute 6. That green 4, look no further. And 4 more off the clock now, so we're up to minute 10. But we have a 1, we have a goal. I see the 6, so it's a Washington goal. Anyway, I'm going to stop doing that because that's slowing me down a little bit. It's 8-3 Washington. Who did Edmonton have in net in 2010? Anyway, so 4 more off the clock now. We're up to minute 14 and the 3, so just keep going. Where we have another 4 now, just up to minute 18, and I guess just playing down the clock now, right? Washington's up by 5. Edmonton's obviously not pulling, so there you have it, the game. So game 1 is over. I'm going to play Now, whatever, game 2 here in Washington as well. So 8-3 was the final score there in game 1. Washington's up 1-0 in the series. And, yeah, I'll turn this into a best of 3, just given the hour that it's at. If it were earlier, I might do a best of 7. But, so we're not going to start Washington with 8 goals, but let's do this. And also maybe to indicate which team is on the road and which team is at home, I can switch these. So we'll do this and we'll go back to Washington. So let's see a game here with Washington. And again, it's closer. Be a little harder for them to win by a 5-goal margin in this game. So hopefully that looks, that's easy enough to see, follow, and understand. I guess I can, I can maybe put the timer right there. Yep, let's do that. So here we go again. So starting us off here, 2 minutes off the clock, we're right away. Look at this. That's going to be 2:14 and 2. So it doesn't seem to matter where Washington is. They are up by 1 here early. Okay, 2 more minutes to come off the clock. Now we're up to minute 4, and would you look at that? 2-0 here for Washington. Now again, the point of this is to see how well the best team does against the worst team. The first video that I made, they were 2 very evenly matched teams, and that was a best of 5 series that went to game 5 and was decided by a single goal. So that is not what this is. We stay in the same minute, and 2:63. No. Okay, 2 more coming off the clock now, but the green is the 3. The green is a 3. Okay, that's out of bounds. I'm going to just re-roll. Where we get another 2 here off the clock up to minute 8. And look at that, a lot of low green. 5 though, so Edmonton's on the board. Okay, don't write them off yet. 2-1 game. We're going to stay in the same minute. No goal. Okay. Up to minute 10 now, and no. Oh, wait, sorry, turnover. Whoops, okay, 6. Hope that red doesn't matter. 6:43 here, so turnover. And because the white 3, we had this before, Edmonton ended up scoring a goal on it. So right now with the 2, it's Washington's chance. So let's see. Hopefully the goal that I scored for Edmonton was the home. I think. Anyway, so roll these 3 again. And lo and behold, they're 146. And that's an Edmonton chance. So Edmonton's actually tied the game here in Edmonton. At home, we have a 2-2 tilt here, and we're not even 10 minutes in. Anyway, 3 more off the clock now with a 2:65. No, that's not going to be good for either team. And we get another 2 here off the clock, so up to minute 15, where 1:12 and 1, so 3-2 here for Washington, 15 minutes in. Okay, 17, which I have to say, I was playing another game earlier that I was having trouble scoring goals, period, no matter how I rolled or used die roller or, dice, just hand roll dice. But anyway, don't want to distract myself there. That's going to be, I think, did I already move 2 minutes? Even if I didn't, okay, I'm moving 2 more, and nothing happened in those 2 minutes where we get another minute off the clock. We're now into the second period with that green 3. We just keep going. Okay, so here 3 more minutes come off the clock now after 3, and the green 4 tells me just to carry on forward here. 2 more off the clock now up to minute 5 and green 5. So nothing doing here. Another minute off the clock now, and yeah, green 6. So this is going to be a 6:41. The white die is 1. So again, and 6 Edmonton. So this is going to be a scoring chance for Washington. And 243. They needed 232. So still 3-2 here, close. In the second period, we're 2 more minutes come off the clock now. But Washington, just as soon as I say that, they're going to go up here by a pair. So a 4-2 game that we have about halfway through it. Remember, the first game was 8-3. And so 3 more off the clock now up to 11. And right away, I 236. No, that's out of both the ranges. Again, I like looking at the red one last. We stay in the same minute, though, and look at this. We are going to get a goal in this minute after all. And it's going to be Edmonton getting back to within 1. So, all right. 4-3 here, Washington, Edmonton. Okay, where we get another minute and 6:35. We're going to need a turnover this time. Whoops, 6:53 rather. That was the white 3. So again, we're just going to roll here and see not Washington but Edmonton. Chance to tie. They need 2 on 5 or below. And they get a 2-3-4. So close but no cigar. We continue where we're going to get another minute off the clock, and we're going to get this, almost a rare event. I almost want to lie a little bit and say that's a rare event, but I'm not going to. So 6:56, it's going to be a turnover again, the white 6, which means the opposing team has created a breakaway and they score. Now, this came up red for the home, so I'm going to assume here that this would be the opposing team. So back the other way, opportunity created from an opportunity lost or whatever. And so Washington up by 2. And if that didn't make any sense, keep in mind it is late here. Okay, anyway, 2 more minutes to come off the clock. Now we're up to minute 15, and we get another turnover situation here with 6:21. And with the white 1, we're simply going to roll here, not for Edmonton, but for Washington to see if they've scored again like they need it. Where look at this, though, 2:14 and 2:32. So indeed, we have a 6-3 score here for the Washington Capitals. And no dearth of scoring in this one. So up to 17 and then the 5. So we just keep going. And 19 here, and again we got 6:35. So the white 5 this time. Nothing more happens in the this is the first time, I think. Nothing more happens in the sequence, but the opposing team will have a scoring chance in the next roll. I think we did have this once, so there's no need to roll this. Basically, I'm going to roll advance time and then see if this will the opposing team in this case will be Edmonton, because that red 1 would signify Washington. So 2 minutes off the clock, but right away I see this green 5. Edmonton has not scored. So we're Washington up by 3 in period 3 here in game 2. And 3 more off the clock. And this looks like a goal here, 1:55. And it's 1. So Washington's up 7-3. They might replicate their 8-3 verdict here. Let's see. Okay, so 2 more off the clock now. So we're up to 6. And look at that. All these green 1s in this game. So 1:55, but that's a 4. So at least Edmonton's striking for a 4th time here, 7-4. It's not over yet, even though it probably is. So 2 more off the clock now. We're up to 8, and that's a green 5. Going to keep going forward here. Going to be another 2 off the clock now. We're up to 10. We have another green 5. So keep on rolling here. So 13, and that's a 2. 44. Whoops, yeah, 40. But 44. So it's not quite going to matter. And looks like another turnover situation here after we advance 4 minutes. We're up to 7. Is that a rare? No. 6:64. We're getting close. We had a 6:56, I think, and a 6:64. But again, still a turnover in that 4. So again, the 4 Edmonton, automatic chance for Washington in the next sequence. They've only got a couple minutes. I'm going to allow it because that's 2. That's up to 20. So, but it's not going to matter there because of the green 5. So, I mean, I guess I could roll to see if this is I should actually. If that comes out a 1, then it's still a chance in the final minute. There you go. But no. So, okay, game over. So 7-4 there for Washington. So they defeated Edmonton by a score of 8-3. They defeated Edmonton by a score of 7-4, which again, I mean, that all checks out, right? They on the road, they didn't have quite the advantage. They won by a margin of 3 instead of 5. And let's bring it back for game 3, see if we can't roll out something different this time. And then I really should have to get going 5, 15, 25 minutes, an hour ago. So anyway, but I will be back with the 3rd video for this game before long. So honeymoon. And yeah, I had to get the 2nd video out of the way so I can come back with the 3rd one, which won't be, I will go to bed. The 3rd one will be soon, but not tonight. So 3 off the clock here, starting things off, Washington at home. And looks like they're going to score right off the bat, actually, within the first few minutes. Or no, they're not. Edmonton. There we go, a bit of a plot twist there. I think that's the first lead that the Oilers have had in this. And so Jose Theodore, the steroid cream supplement was still drying in his hair, and Edmonton potted one early. Anyway, so Thomas Yager, I mean, so it's up to 4, and that's, yeah, not going to work there with that green roll of a 5. And so we're getting up to minute 6 now where we have a 2:44. It's going to be just at a range even for Washington. So 3 more off the clock now. I see another 2, but that's 2-5. So again, just narrowly out of range. Let me see if Edmonton can score the upset here. Talking way too soon about that. So up to minute 11. We're going to stay in minute 11 and look at that 125, but that's a 4. So Washington has tied the game there. I definitely spoke too soon, and I knew it. I suspected it in the very least. So 1-1, where we're going to get 2 more off the clock here now. With that green 5, just keep going. Green is the go. We're going to need a turnover here, though, with a 6:16 and 2 more. I should advance time first, though, 15. So with the turnover in the 4 corresponding to Washington there in the 6:16, it means the opposing team has created a breakaway and they score. So just as soon as that, Edmonton here with a rare-ish breakaway goal, and it's 2-1 Oilers. And 3 off the clock here now, so we're 18. And look at this, though. 1:35. Guess what? Edmonton is up by 2. A twist, a turn. Washington's up 2-0 in the series, so it's too late. If this were a proper best of 3, it's over. Anyway, so we're into the second period now, and a minute in there in, and that green 5 means that we need look no further. So 2, and again, another green 5. 4, and a green 4. 8, and another green 4. Washington, let's see here, up to 10, and the green 5. I don't want to speak so soon. I like this. I'm seeing something. Anyway, let's see here. So the same minute that we stay in. Now that I've said that, it's not going to happen the way that. Okay, so 6:34 here. That's a turnover. Nothing happens in the sequence. Edmonton had it. So the opposing team. So if this is 2:35 or below in the next roll, then Washington has come back to be down only by 1. Nope, they missed that. So, and this is the next sequence that still counts for the minute. So 2 more minutes off, where we're going to get another 2 minutes off there. So up to 14 and the green 3. So look no further. 16 and sorry again if these are terrible rolls. I'm not actually looking very closely if I don't need to. 2:12. 2:12. So here we go. We have Edmonton actually up by 3, looking to score the upset. Another minute and a 6. So we're looking here to 6:61. Again, close to a rare play, but not quite. The opposing team has a scoring chance in the sequence. I roll the die again, and if it's in their scoring range. So in the sequence, so I'm not going to advance time. Washington, but it's going to be Edmonton here. I need 164 or lower. Hopefully I didn't count a low 2 goal for Edmonton. And sorry if I did. It was unintentional. Yeah, so this in turnover and stuff like that doesn't matter. It says here, actually. Again, these rules are nicely written, especially if you take the time to read them carefully. So no turnover or rare event again. Rare event. Okay, so another minute off the clock. 3, keep going. Where we get yet another minute in the 6. So we're looking here, we got a 6:41 here, another turnover in the 4 Washington. So it looks like with the 1, again, another chance here for Edmonton. No. Okay. So here we got 3. We're 2 minutes into period 3 now, and the green 4. Keep going. Another 2 minutes off the clock here. Another green 4. Keep going once more. And we're staying the same minute now with a 2:41. That's not going to be for either team. 2 more off the clock again with the green 5. Just roll forward. Stay in the same minute. We have a 2:54 again. Close narrow miss there. We're going to take another minute off the clock now. The green 4 tells us that we will have more time off probably before there's another goal. So 3 here, 10, 3-6. No. Edmonton up by 3 in period 3. Don't look now. But, okay, so we have a turnover here, 6-5-1. And that was an Edmonton chance. This is going to be a chance here for Washington to try to get into this one. Right, this corresponds to the same sequence, I'm quite sure. No, Washington didn't score. Okay, wow, this makes me want to roll this one forward. So up to 15 now with the 5. Oh my goodness, so Edmonton's buying, look at this. buying themselves some time late, but we have here a 6:36, another turnover. And with this one here in the white 6, the opposing team has created a breakaway and they score. So late desperation, desperado, Alex Ovechkin, he's got the cowboy hat on with the Canada flag sticking out of it that Evgeny Malkin handed him the 2 hockey sticks or whatever, and he scored here like it's the only skills competition event that's worthwhile for pure reasons of amusement. Anyway, or one of the only ones. So hardest shot is anyway 19 and fastest skater, but anyway 19 skills competition is actually kind of fun. It's just the all-star game, and to get opinionated. It's for kids. So yeah, but basically Edmonton is, well, they've pulled off the upset, have they? Look at this though. 2, that's 1 minute, that's 20. I lost focus ranting and raving there about the skills competition in the All-Star game. But 143, so that spells another Washington goal. So I could probably get creative and argue that Washington has pulled their goalie here in the final minute, see if they can come back and tie. Can Edmonton hang on? I'm going to say, even if that's not technically, I mean, it could happen, right? So let's just imagine that it did, and that we have seconds left on the clock. Washington's going to pull their goalie, and we're going to subject them to this. And the red will be the 10s, and the blue will be the 1s here for Washington being at home. So that's a 23. 23, the winning team scores. So Edmonton there, they've managed an empty netter, and it ends. So our series is 2-1. Edmonton managed to pull off the upset. You know what? I really like that too, and I kind of regret now that I didn't play 2 consecutive home games there for Washington. Washington is up 2-1 in this series. I also forgot to reverse those. Sorry if that was confusing. Let's do it now and pretend like we knew it or did it all along. But yeah, Edmonton there. They won Game 3 by a final score of 5-3. So anyway, I had a funny feeling, and I went back and I looked at this yet once more, and some stuff that somehow evaded me when I was just excited to get this, to the desktop and start playing it. Sure enough, lo and behold, I saw the thing about the turnovers. So hopefully I've amended that sufficiently here. I think you see, even with the turnovers, it doesn't make it a whole lot slower. It does make it a fair bit more interesting. It did create a wrinkle whereby I think it gave Edmonton a bit more of a chance, if I'm not mistaken. A goal or two of theirs came off kind of a fluke. Speaking of which, sorry if I counted some low 2s in the net for Edmonton, but I think we do see here, regardless, that it is conceivable that a lowly team like Edmonton could pull off an upset on Washington, especially if this hypothetically were playoffs in 2010 or, in and around that era. So good game for, Dustin Penner and goodness Mike Comrie and Patrick O'Sullivan and, Sean Horkoff, of course. It's not all his fault. And whoever they would, the Lesh Hemsky, if he was healthy at the time, and co. And if they hadn't yet traded Grebishkov or Visnovsky, good game for them. Yeah, I should probably. I mean, this is 28 minutes now, so regrettably, I'm gonna just end this one here. Best of 3. Washington does win it 2-1, but Edmonton does come back and puts up some fight, and they manage to win one in Washington. Cheers, thanks, bye for now. Good night.